Good morning, friends. Prepared Suburbanite back at you. Hey, did you notice in the news late yesterday afternoon that the DOJ made a pretty important announcement? And I'll get into some details and some thoughts about that. And today, which is the, the 16th of August, President Biden is expected to sign into law the Inflation Reduction Act. So we can all certainly expect that by 5 o'clock or so today, after this thing's been signed into law, that we won't have inflation anymore, just like Joe said, with zero inflation. Stick around. So my daughter stopped by yesterday afternoon just to stop in and say hi and chat a little bit about what's going on in her life. And while she was here, my phone got an alert from CNN, and it said that the DOJ opposes making public details in Mar-a-Lago search warrants probable cause affidavit. And while I wasn't really surprised that that would be the outcome of this, but it's echoing a sentiment that I've been dealing with, I think, for the last week or so now, since they raided the Donald Trump's residence in Florida. This is absolutely incredible that the DOJ has said, you can't hear what's going on. You can't know what's going on because this will interfere with our criminal investigation. I think that's, I think that's pretty much it. So the Gestapo is now in charge of the FBI and the Department of Justice. Absolutely no question in my mind that they have all been fitted with uniforms appropriate to the title, and that we'll be seeing much less of them over time. What we will be seeing after Biden signs the Inflation Reduction Act is a lot more IRS agents out there auditing the middle class. In fact, all those folks that Joe Biden promised that we would not see a tax increase or any new taxes if you made less than $400,000. That ain't going to happen. He broke that campaign promise, and with this nonsense of 87,000 new IRS agents, and I don't care how the left wants to spin this, these folks aren't going to be answering the phones. Your refund isn't going to get to you any quicker than it ever did before. I read every couple of weeks in our local newspaper that folks are still waiting for their refund. They filed it in on paper, and they've got to key punch it all into the systems and all that. And they may not have had enough IRS key punching staff to get that job done in a timely fashion. So certain folks' refunds were held up, but I don't think that's what they're planning on hiring. I don't think they're planning on hiring folks to answer the phone. I don't think they're hiring folks to man the telephone lines if we have to call in with questions. That's they're going to be auditing everybody's the middle class. They're going to be auditing everything. If you've got a side gig, if you sell firewood or you paint houses in your spare time or whatever, you had better make sure you've got all your ducks in a row, that you know exactly where all that income's coming from, what all your expenses are, and you've got it all well documented, because it will guaranteed come under scrutiny by 87,000 IRS agents that need to justify their existence in the IRS. The left is trying to spin this as saying, oh, well, yeah, this is for replacement staff. This is all going to be like over a 10-year period, so not to worry about it. We're not really going to be targeting anybody. Well, 87,000 IRS agents have to produce some results very quickly, because part of the law that's going to be signed this afternoon, part of that is based on additional revenues that are going to be coming from taxation. And where are they going to find that extra revenue? They're going to find it in the seams and in the cracks and in the deductions and in the income and in the expenses for folks that are in business, have a side gig, that are doing something that requires them to file a little bit more complicated tax return, and I think I'm one of them. So we'll have to see how this goes. I've never been audited before, but I will let you know if I get the letter. The other thing, and I've been trying to make it a habit of late, is to scan the bellwether Lefty sites for how they want to spin it, what news they think is important to produce or report on, all that kind of stuff. But this one really gets to the core of the matter. This came from, I think, CNN, and I'll verify that. So the title is, why Donald, no, this is from Politico, sorry, it says right here. Why Donald Trump's declassification claim might not be that outlandish. Well, I think what they're trying to do is cover their butts so that they can say a couple of months from now, when it's determined that these documents weren't really as sensitive as everybody thought they were, that everything was above board, everything was hunky-dory okay, that they can say, well, that's what we said back in August. Yeah, it's, we said that his declassification claim might not be that outlandish. Well, I don't know how the whole declassification protocols work, what the rules are and all that kind of stuff, but I do believe that the President of the United States has the authority and the power to declassify whatever documents he wants to declassify. And I think he believes that he did just that. And whether it met the rules definition about what the protocols needed to be, what documents needed to be filed or signed or witnessed or whatever needs to be done, there may be some questions about whether these are really classified documents or not. And I'm betting that they're going to find out that these were not classified documents, that they were not foreign policy secrets that have been leaked, they were not nuclear codes that were given to the Russians, that this is just the way folks in the Trump administration did business, and they're going to figure it out over the next few weeks or so. But got some interesting comments on my last video, and one of them that, and I'll have to paraphrase, said that they want to keep this thing active, this whole Mar-a-Lago raid and the subpoena and the affidavit and all that. They want to keep that open and going as part of the daily news cycle all the way through the midterms in November. I think November 8th is the date. And they want to do that to distract, to reduce the credibility of any GOP candidate that's running for office in the midterm elections. And I think as dastardly as the left can be, that may actually be part of their strategy here for the next few months. The other bit of news that just popped up, that one of the correspondents on CNN believes that Trump was caught in a lie because he said that that the FBI had taken his passports, and they went nuts. All the folks in the news media were posting tweets and Twitters and all that stuff, calling Donald Trump an outright liar because he accused the FBI of taking his passports, only to find out that, in fact, the FBI did take his passports, and they are continuing to post that out there, said they'd return them, all that kind of stuff. So we really do have to be careful where we get our news, how long it's been sitting out there, and how folks react to it. This is the Prepared Suburbanite. Continue to be very worried about the direction that this country has taken, and I want to make sure that you are as prepared as you can be for what's coming, and what's coming ain't good. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you all to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.